Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters, warriors. Shalom, let's give all praises, fear, and glory and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Yekwakwadash. Shalom to true believers that are walking after the spirit of Yahushai, the words of Yahushai, the breath of the Lord. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1. We then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of power Mashiach in vain. For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I succored thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. So salvation is now. Salvation is now, not tomorrow, not the day after, is now. Verse 3, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. So that's why we have to be perfect. We got to be fighting sin and striving for the reward, keeping our crown and not falling in temptation. Recognizing that the devil has a short time and is trying to deceive us and trying to make us fall. Recognize that and believe that a snake is going to be a snake. The wicked is going to do wickedness and the righteous is going to do righteousness. So look at yourself and examine yourself and see what are your goals? What are your true intentions? Verse 4, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of power, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Ghost, by love unfeigned. Meaning love that does not change. The Lord doesn't change. Sincere love, genuine love. That's what true love is. It's authentic. It's real. It's genuine. It's pure without hypocrisy. Like all these people in the world, they're full of hypocrisy. They always toss to and fro. Verse 7 says, by the word of truth, by the power of Mashiach, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true, right? Because this world labels us as darkness and wicked and deceivers when they're the ones that are deceived by the false prophets, and they themselves are deceivers as well. They are trying to hide their true identity by stealing the righteous identity and saying that the righteous is wicked. But you can't deceive the Lord. You cannot lie to the Lord. The Lord knows whose deeds are righteous. Man can only deceive the world that don't have Yahushai. Verse 9, as known and yet well known, as dying and behold, we live, as chastened and not killed, as sorrowful yet always rejoicing, as poor yet making many rich, as having nothing and yet possessing all things. We own everything, man. Yes, we're lowly. Yes, we're poor. But in the spirit, we own everything. In the spirit, we make our brothers and sisters rich because we're sharpening each other. We're preparing each other to salvation, to have our names written in the book of life. And no, we're not perfect, but we have true love because we accept rebuke. We hear one another. We see eye to eye. That's what the elects are doing. These videos that we put up, it's not to exalt ourselves. It's to show love to one another. Verse 11, O ye Corinthians, our mouth is open unto you. Our heart is enlarged. Ye are not straitened in us, but ye are straitened in your own bowels. Now for a recompense in the same, I speak as unto my children. Be ye also enlarged. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? You see, and the wicked, they can't hide from the light. Everything is exposed. So like the wicked have no other choice but to be exposed. You know, you can't even try to hide it. You know, this light is so bright you can't help but expose yourself. So the wicked are exposing themselves because they see the power in us. They tremble. Like the demons, they tremble when they see this light. And they cast themselves away. They expose themselves. They are full of they're frightened because the Lord's power is killing the wickedness. Is killing the wicked. Verse 15, and what concord hath Yahushai with Belial? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? Right, there's no relation. There's no agreeing with the wicked. You have nothing in common. That's why everything that the wicked strive for, we're casting it away. Verse 16, and what agreement hath the temple of power with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as power hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from them. There it is. Wherefore come out from among them. Come out from among them, man. Come out from these synagogues. Come out from these false brethrens. These false churches. Come out from the mindset of the world. Of wanting to be rich, wanting to be exalted, wanting to be famous. Come out from that. Come out from among them. Because they don't have the Lord in them. And they don't love the Lord. So if you love the Lord, separate yourself. Verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord. Right. This is not coming from me or the brothers. This is coming from Yahushai directly. We're just the messenger. You got to understand that. The Lord is the one saying this. And we're encouraging one another to do so. Verse 18. And will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. See, sons and daughters. The Lord is protecting a few. And in those few, they are men, and yes, they are women as well. So the Lord has his kingdom sealed. His elect are sealed. And Satan is trying to deceive the very elect, but it's not possible. That's what the Lord is wrapping things up right now. Right now, there's a flood right now. There's a heavy storm right now as I speak. And the thunder is like shaking the land. And these are signs to let us know that this is the time. There's no time to waste. There's no time to look back. Just keep going forward, man. Everything else behind you is being destroyed. So the only things to do for salvation is continue laboring, continue praying, and praying in a way that is from the heart. Not just praying, oh, thank you for another day, thank you for this food, give me another day tomorrow, give me money. No, we are praying about the spiritual things, because anything else the Lord gives us to us. Just like King David, is it David, Solomon? But the point is, the prophets, they focused on praying for wisdom, knowledge, so that they can rule well, so that they can be a good guide for the sheep. They did not ask for money, you see, but the Lord provided them everything else as a bonus. The Lord provided food, provided money, provided shelter, provided clothing. You see? So you don't have to ask for that. The Lord knows you need it. What you got to ask for is the valuable things. Ask for that you won't be falling in temptation. Ask for spiritual strength for this spiritual warfare. Ask for the armor of Yahushai. Ask for spiritual power to discern who's who. Discern who's wicked and who's not. Discern who's a true brother, a true prophet, and who's not. These things, you can't buy these things. You can't buy these powers. The Lord got to give it to you. You can't just go on YouTube and learn how to discern spiritually. No, the Lord has to want you to get it. And he's going to see if you really love him or not. If you truly love him, if you seek him daily, you read, you listen to brothers, you look up words, definitions, you dig deep into the spirit. That's when the Lord allows you to get power and receive what you need. Second Corinthians chapter 7 says, having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit, perfecting holiness in the fear of power. Right, there it is. That's the goal. Perfecting holiness in the fear of Hamashiach. Cleaning ourselves. Cleaning each other like the Lord washed our feet. We have to be washing each other. The Lord showed us love. He gave love unto us. Now we have to give love unto each other. Follow by example. Verse 2, receive us. We have wronged no man. We have corrupted no man. We have defrauded no man. I speak not this to condemn you, for I have said before, that ye are in our hearts to die and live with you. Great is my boldness of speech toward you. Great is my glorying of you. I am filled with comfort. I am exceeding joyful in all our tribulation. This that word, comfort. The Lord said he's going to send us the comforter, right? Let me get that. So that's what we have. So don't belittle it. Don't receive it in vain. Use it. and comfort one another. It's John 14. Let me start at verse 23. Yahushua answered and said unto him, If a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and we will come unto him and make our abode with him. He that loveth me not keepeth not my sayings, and the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which sent me. These things have I spoken unto you, being yet present with you. There it is. That's another thing I brought out in the last video. You gotta be present with the Lord in this time, because the Lord was present with us. So now we have to be present with him in the Spirit. It says, verse 26, but the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost. There it is. What is the Comforter? The Holy Ghost. The Word of Yahushua. What's guiding us. It says, but the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things, and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I have said unto you. Right? We're remembering everything the Lord taught us. The Lord already taught all this before, but our people went off, so now we have to remember it. That's what the Lord is gifting us, that Comforter. It's allowing us to remember our power and how to use it, and how to fight with it, and how to receive victory. Verse 27, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth. Right, the world gives it and takes it away, and it's fake, and it's you need to leave the Lord for the world to give you something, and then at the end it takes it away from you, and you're gonna feel like you never had it, and it takes also everything else you have, including your soul and your life. It says, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Ye have heard now I said unto you, I go away and come again unto you. If ye loved me, ye would rejoice, because I said, I go unto the Father, for my Father is greater than I. And now I have told you before it come to pass, that when it is come to pass, ye might believe. So we rejoice. The Lord is with the Father, which is greater than him. And they're one power, and that's the power that we have. And it's beautiful to see how dark these times are getting, because the more darker it is, the more brighter we shine, the more powerful we get. And we gotta continue fueling ourselves with the Spirit, always connecting to the main source, the force, which is Yahushua. It's the everlasting power. It's what people in this world won't ever get, because they're following the money, they're following the lust, they're following things of the flesh. You can't grow in the flesh and then grow in the Spirit. So guys are done for. They're condemned. They only follow the flesh. They're not spiritual at all in the Lord. And if they are spiritual, they're just doing witchcraft and they're not in the same spirit of the Lord. They're in a dark spirit. So you brothers stay strong. Now I'll get my last precept here. Right, beautiful. It's my closing precept right here. John 10:9. It says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. Let's get that word, pasture. It says, land covered with grass and other low plants, suitable for grazing animals, especially cattle or sheep. Wow. So the Lord is providing for us. He's providing fruits and food, spiritual food, so that we can grow. See? Let me get that in the Blue Letter Bible. So the Lord is giving us pasture. He's giving us nutrients. He's giving us what we need to grow. Got it right here. All right, let's see.
Strong's H 4829. Mir'eh. Mir'eh.
It says, let's see. Right, to pasture, tend, feed, shepherd, teach. Right, that's heavy. To be a special friend. There it is. To be a special friend. So the Lord, He's our special friend. The Lord is protecting us and feeding us, and we are being tended by Him. He's covering us. He's guarding us, caring for us, ruling over us. So you brothers, pray for a few days. Pray for more spiritual strength and discernment and protection. And let's give all praises, fear, and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yashai, Bashim Rakwedash, Brakatam, Shalom.